Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and got another video lined up today that actually some folks have asked us over the years if we would do a video like this. I'm getting ready to go on a week-long saddlebag trip. It's my first one of the year. And obviously we like to pack in a few big saddlebag trips throughout the season. But one of the questions we get asked a lot is like, how do you actually pack for them? What do you take with you? What kind of baggage are you guys using from Skidoo? So what I thought I would do in this video is I'm gonna go through everything from front to back in terms of how I prep for these trips, how I get the sled set up as far as baggage, and then show you guys actually what I pack and how I pack it. Let's get into it. All right, so first things first, I'm getting the sled prepped for a Quebec trip. It's gonna be super cold coming up this week, so I've actually thrown on the medium windshield to give me a little bit more wind protection. And obviously when you're traveling in Quebec, you also need mirrors. So you need to make sure that you've got some form of mirror on your sled. So make sure you take care of that obviously first. The good thing, obviously, the glove box extension, I'll have my Garmin preloaded with my route for the trip for each day with my stops and everything. Plus, again, you've got some extra storage in there. And I also actually added the handlebar pet bag that I've had for years. And again, this is just good for, it's got a heated element in there. You can put your phone in it if you want, or you can put a couple bottles of water or something like that. I also keep an extra, electric visor cord or something like that in there. And then my ownership actually goes on there's a front pocket here. My ownership will stay in there. So that's a nice little add-on as well. All right, as far as the business end, this is going to be my setup mostly for multi-day trips. And so for a week-long trip, here's kind of how I'm set up. I've got the big combo bag that wraps around the seat. And this is a great bag. We've talked about it before and shown it in some of our other videos. We did a full LinQ accessory video. And this one actually clips in as well. So you've got a mount on the battery cover that it will actually lock into down there. So you've got that LinQ clip there, that LinQ clip there. And this one is primarily going to be used for clothing. So this is my bag that I take off and on every night when I'm going into the hotel. I pack it, pretty full with mostly just clothing and my toiletry bag. And that is what this bag is designed for, really. And I feel like is sort of perfect use for that. It's got a nice handle on the front of it here. So when you take this off of your pyramidal frame, you just grab the handle and you can, just like a suitcase, walk it into the hotel room. So I'll show you guys, in a little more detail how I actually pack that. Then I'm gonna go with a fuel caddy as well. So a lot of the places that we're going to are pretty remote. Typically we look for gas every 150 kilometers, so I like to have a jerry can just in case anybody or myself runs out of fuel. You never know, things can happen, so you gotta be prepared. So I'll take the stackable fuel caddy with me. And then the last one is gonna be the LinQ Sport Bag. And I really like this bag a lot. But I typically, because we do a lot of snowmobile media work, obviously, and we're filming pretty much every time that we're out, this bag is really dedicated to all my technology, camera gear, that kind of stuff. I also will put in safety equipment in here as well. So that's my GoPro case. That's an Insta360 camera. I've got a really awesome little charger that I take into the hotel room at night. And it's got a bunch of USB cords, and that's what I use to charge everything. It's nice and small. So I really, really like that. And then, I've got a first aid kit, some duct tape. I've got my extra fuses and some wire straps just in case I need to do anything on the trail. And then I've got my BRP tool kit, which has all of the tools. I also put my belt adjustment tool in there, as well as my I have a wrench in case we have to drop a skid. I put that in there as well, just in case. You can never be, too prepared. And a couple of other smaller tools in there. And then I've also got my mossy oak saw. And again, just for safety, I'll have some fire starters in there, as well as some waterproof matches. And that's just as far as safety gear. Now, sometimes I will take the tow rope, but I know Chris has one for this trip. And sometimes I will also pack some extra straps and a couple of different types of flashlights. I've already got that packed in my jacket, so I don't need to add it there. But that's going to be like my typical setup for a saddlebag tour, and it works out really well. I know it looks like we're carrying a lot of gear, but the reality is, because we do what we do with YouTube, I need to bring a lot of technology with. You know, I've got the GoPros, I've got this Osmo camera that I'm holding in my hand. So, you know, I need one bag that's kind of dedicated to technology. I also will throw in on top here, sometimes once I get this all sorted out, I'll just pack my snacks and stuff so they're accessible in this bag as well. The other thing too with the combo bag is really nice is you've got just a couple of side pockets as well. So in here, I might stash like an extra balaclava. I might stash some snacks, like some trail mix and stuff I've put in there in the past, but that's usually, you know, the setup that I use, and it seems to work out really well. So what I'm gonna do now, I'll take this combo bag inside. I've got all my clothes and stuff laid out, and I'll just show you guys some quick tips in terms of how I actually pack it up. All right, well, here is the mess of crap that I got to bring with me on this trip. And so just to go through everything for a full week trip, I've got 3 hoodies. I've got 7 pairs of underwear. Don't judge me. Yes, I like the flashy Pumas. I've got a bathing suit. I've got my toiletry bag. I've got 3 hats, 3 t-shirts, 5 pairs of socks. And I'm going with 1 pair of jeans here. Actually, I'll have 2 pair of jeans because I'm wearing one. So 2 pairs of jeans and a pair of sweatpants, 1 decent shirt to go out for a nice dinner. And I'm gonna stay away from the tech because I'm still gonna get that packed in another bag, but this is generally what I would take for a week-long trip. Some people are gonna be more, some people are gonna be less. Depends how much of a princess you are. I typically like to take more and have more than not have enough. So that's how I'm gonna get started for packing. One of the tricks I can show you, I don't know if any of you were ever at camp when you were kids, but I fold everything, and then what I do is I roll everything. And what that does is it just gives you tons and tons and tons of room for everything that you could possibly want to stuff into your bags. So if you roll it, that's what's going to give you the ability to just maximize all the space in your combo bag or whatever saddle bag you're going to use for your trip. So I'm just going to go through the motions here, pack this stuff up, and we'll see if we can get it all into this LinQ bag. Socks and underwear are already in the left side compartment. I'll show you guys a shot of this after. T-shirts. You will be shocked at how much you can actually squeeze into these bags. All right, so far we're doing pretty good. And we're just gonna push that down. Now it'll get a little more challenging with the bigger hoodies. So we'll see how these go. I'm trying to take 3. I might have to reduce it to 2. All right, she's starting to get pretty full now. I've pretty much got everything in here except my hats. So I'm gonna try and squeeze one more hoodie in here. So that's good. And then I should have some room for hats as well. And if not, I can put these in my glove compartment. But it looks like a perfect fit. So look at that. Everything I had on this bed easily packed into my combo bag. And Jesse got me hooked on this bag. This is probably my favorite bag for traveling. Absolutely awesome. All right, let's go back out to the garage. We'll get some more stuff set up. All right, well, I think we're pretty much there. So I've got the combo bag all packed up again with all my clothing and my toiletries. I actually forgot to mention, one of the things you'll wanna do, take some slippers with you for any of the hotels. So I'll get those jammed in here. I still got a little bit of room that I can stuff some stuff in here. And then the only other thing as far as like tech is concerned, like sometimes I'll bring with like a little Bose radio and stuff for the hotel room just to listen to music. So I'll pack that again in my tech bag. And then most importantly, if you're riding in super remote areas, you want to have some form of communication. So we do have a Spot X device that we picked up a couple years ago. And I'm going to pack that as well, just in case. Now, a lot of the phones these days, especially the Apple iPhones, have satellite technologies built into them, so you can text pretty much anyone from anywhere. I'm a Samsung user, so unfortunately I don't have that luxury yet. But we do have our Spot X device, so I am gonna pack that along on the trip as well. And like I said, that pretty much would cover kind of the core things that I would be taking on a week-long trip away. I'm super excited. We're leaving tomorrow morning. We're heading up to Ville-Marie. We're gonna be launching from Ville-Marie, Quebec, and then we're doing a big loop around Chibougamau and then back down into Val-d'Or. Should be pretty awesome. This thing's pretty much ready to go. Obviously, as always, make sure your sled's serviced. You've got a spare belt. You know, you've got all that stuff taken care of as far as maintenance, because you certainly want to minimize any risk for breakdowns or mechanical failures on your trips. So always a good idea to have somebody go through the sled or go through it yourself before you get on your trip. I hope that gives you guys some information just around how we pack for our saddlebag trips. I think it's a video that we wanted to cover for a while, so hopefully this gives you a little bit of info in terms of how we prep and what we do and how we get ready for these bigger trips. And good luck with it. Hope you guys get on your next saddlebag tour pretty soon, and hope you guys are all enjoying the riding season so far. We'll see you on the trails.